Hi guys, welcome back to my channel. If you're new here, my name is Bailey. Feel free to hit that subscribe button. Follow me on TikTok and Instagram for more content at Baileystewartmgmt. Today's video is an Alphalete review of their new December launch. Things are a little different. Like everything's, I believe, already gonna be up on the site by the time this video goes live. Because they are doing like some type of like surprise, kind of like an advent calendar, but not really. But surprise launches every day. I would have rather had them had done like where we reveal different items that are launching on the 14th versus everything like a new launch on the website every day. Because I feel like if they're not offering free shipping, they're gonna have to be paying shipping every day if they want something from Tenacity or something from Amplify. I feel like gonna be way too much overload if people are placing multiple orders to go to the same place for their warehouse. A lot more packaging that's being wasted when they could just place one big order. That Black Friday where they did, you know, a new sale every day, I feel like they got a lot of negative feedback because people's they were ordering every single day, so the warehouse became like overrun with packages and couldn't like quickly fulfill all of them. So then there were complaints and packages lost, and I feel like they probably should have just revealed things on those days rather than launch a new item every day. So I guess I don't even need to say a launch date since everything will already be up on the site. Code Bailey will save you 10% off at checkout. It does help support me. It counts as a giveaway to my monthly entry. And I will be doing one for December as well. We have Tenacity launching, we have Amplify launching, we have sweats, men's items launching. Fleece sets, which I didn't get, but I got to feel Christine's. So I guess we'll start with Amplify because there has been fit changes. Like every time, I swear, we just have been like going through so many fit changes with Amplify. Now, I will say I like these a lot more than Gravity. There are still some things that I would like to see tweaked, but hallelujah, they're finally more short torso friendly because I had to size down to extra small in Gravity because they were so insanely high rise. And I felt like I was wearing maternity leggings. You guys know how I felt. Was not a fan about that fit. Hopefully they still keep it though for the people who like the ultra high rise, have longer torsos. But it's about time we had an option for short torso gals because let's just be honest, Alphalete has left out these short glute and short torso girls for years. Being completely honest, because their seams have always been insanely high. They have 4 colors coming: Berry, Rain, Blade, and Black Matter. 2 of the colors have 2 black and white stripes going around the top of the waistband, and that is Blade and Rain. So if you don't like that feature, do not get those colors. Berry and Black Matter do not have the stripe design. I personally am not a fan of the stripe design. 51% polyamide, 38% polyester, 11% elastane, 25 inseam. I got extra small. Again, Gravity, I was getting extra small. I do have an extra small Gravity biker to compare though. Again, one thing I have noticed though is that the waistband has not been brought in. I don't feel like it snatches as much as like the OG or Blossom or Older Fit or even Dove. Here's a comparison of my extra small. This is extra small, right? Let me double check. Yes, my extra small Dove to the new extra small. Again, I don't like that the waistband is not as fitted. Amplify 3-tier tapered waistband used to be so compressive, which I liked because it was a legging I would go for on my bloated days and know that I would instantly put it on and feel snatched, feel confident. But as you can see, they're both extra small. So they have brought out the waistband, so you're not gonna be as snatched. But the torso gusset height was very similar. I would say the new one is even a little bit shorter. It is a thicker, compressive, like denser fabric now on the leg. Because again, they went back to the OG yarn. and I just feel like it's definitely denser, thicker, a little bit more compressive. I don't like that the leg area is more compressive than the waistband. That makes me feel like it's constantly being pulled down. I don't like when brands do that. I feel like the waistband needs to be just as tight so it stays put better. Also, they have made it to where it now dips in the front and the back. However, I don't mind dipping in the front. However, because it dips in the back in the like middle, I feel like my underwear is about to be shown. I have to keep pulling it up and I do get some gaping. Didn't have that issue in Dove because Dove really didn't taper in or go lower in the middle of the back. Like I didn't have that issue. Those are the main two things I would personally want to see tweaked that I would think would make this fit a lot better. Bringing in the waistband to be compressive, actually snatch again. What's the point of having a 3-tier taper waistband if it ain't gonna taper nothing? And then again, not dipping in the back. That way people, because I know I'm not the only one, I know some other girls had mentioned that, the dipping in the back is causing underwear showing issues and constantly having to pull it up when you're bending, squatting, and it's not functional. If you're working out and lifting, you're bending a lot, you're squatting, you're doing RDLs. Last thing you want is to be working out through your movement like, oh my God, my underwear is on display right now. Like, I don't know, that's a pet peeve for me. So I would really love to see that tweak fixed. But I love, love, love the shorter torso, shorter crotch. The scrunch is also a little bit shorter than Gravity. So I know a lot of girls were like, no, I want Gravity Fit to stay, mainly because of the scrunch being shorter. You're gonna be happy because this is a little bit shorter. So if you're a short scrunch gal, you're gonna like these. It goes in the cheeks. You don't see the scrunch going way past your glutes. The scrunch still has some stretch, but not much. That is another thing that was tweaked. There is no longer vertical stretch. So if you do have a longer torso, or longer glutes and you want to pull it up, it's gonna be a little uncomfortable in the scrunch crotch area because you really, there's like, as you can see, there's really not much stretch versus Gravity having vertical stretch. You can pull it a lot more. This one you really can't. The scrunch is still a thicker 4-seam scrunch. Here is Gravity extra small to the new fit extra small. As you can see, waistband is the same. I don't like that they brought out the waistband in the newer fits. Like an inch, please, an inch. That's all I'm asking, an inch. The gusset crotch area is a lot lower than the new fit. So this one again was a lot higher rise. I got so much extra crotch fabric and it came what felt like to my boob. Like I felt like I was wearing maternity leggings. I was not a fan of Gravity. I know a lot of my short torso gals were not either. So very happy about the height of this new fit. And again, feel is quite similar because they're both the OG fabric. Like Reggio and Berry feel very, very similar. It's now the OG yarn, but still because it has more soft washes than OG did, that's why it doesn't still feel like OG. It's still a denser, thicker material than the like other drops have been because it's now that OG fabric, and it will hold up a little bit better than older drops, but it has more soft washes, which does make the fabric a little bit more delicate, a little more pill prone, a little bit thinner and slicker. And that is why it still feels slicker than OG fabric, because it's not the same amount of soft washes as OG had, but it is still the same yarn. So I do think it does hold up a lot better than like older colors. 25 inseam, so, but because the leg area is so stretchy, you can pull it down and make it full length. Like I really wouldn't stress. Thickness, again, it is thicker than a lot of the older Amplify, not like OG, but like the like Cotton Candy, Blossom, like those launches. It is thicker, denser. You do still see the sticker in this. If you have a tattoo and you're bending and squatting, you might still slightly see it, but it's not as bad as their other colors. Rain, I wouldn't stress. That's the only other Amplify color I have, but I really wouldn't stress the green one either. Extra small, new fit Amplify. So again, as you can see, it dips in the front, so it hits right at the top of my belly button. Again, extra small, like it's got the same fitted waistband pretty much, like compression wise, as like Gravity, unfortunately. I like a tighter fit, and I feel like the leg area is tighter than the waistband, which is a pet peeve of mine, and I feel like it does make the leggings slide down when the leg area is tighter than the actual waistband. I want that OG compression. I want the 3-tiered taper waistband to do what it's supposed to and suck me in. I don't feel like it sucks me in, to be honest. It's definitely like medium compression now, whereas it used to be high and would be a pair of leggings that I would go to every time I felt bloated, and I would instantly feel confident again. I do like the height though. I am very appreciative that we finally have more of like the older fit, like Dove, where it does hit lower. I don't feel like I'm getting, you know, as much crotch fabric. I don't feel like it comes to my boobs. This is the height I want it to hit me at. I just would love to see, again, more compression at the waist. Like, I feel like the waistband could even come in like an inch, half an inch. Now, one thing I don't like, again, I do not like that it dips in the back. It dips in the front and the back, in the middle. When I am squatting, working out, I am constantly having to pull it up because, again, I feel like my underwear is coming out. I didn't like that about the Buff Bunny Aggressive Scrunch leggings, and I don't like it about this. I don't feel like that is a functional feature. Doesn't really make sense design-wise, especially for someone lifting and bending a lot. I hope they keep this waistband height, but bring in the waistband to be more compressive and get rid of that back dip. I don't mind it in the front because I do feel like it kind of gives the illusion of bringing your waist in. However, I don't need it in the back. It's like a pet peeve. It bugs me. They have also made these scrunch shorter. So where the ribbed waistband hits, it now hits like at the top rather than like a little bit higher. So it's definitely a little bit short glute friendly. The scrunch is like an inch shorter. Goes in the cheeks, is a little less in your face. But again, the back waistband dips. So when squatting, like it's being pulled down, and I don't like that. Like, I just feel like I have to keep pulling it up. And again, there is no longer any vertical stretch. So no vertical stretch on the waistband. So if you are longer torso, that is going to maybe irritate you because like you can pull it up a little bit, but not as high as like Gravity. I don't mind it, but I do think like when you're kind of pulling it up, it does hurt in the scrunch area. It goes up in there. I guess it's because, again, it doesn't have that same vertical stretch like Gravity did. I personally don't mind it. The feel is very dense. It's very similar to like the Gravity launch. Like, again, we went back to the OG yarn, but they still are doing more soft washes than OG had. So they still feel a little bit slicker, but they are thicker than Cotton Candy launch. They're thicker than all the other previous launches. So again, still that dense, thick feel like Gravity. Very happy that we have that thicker fabric. I do feel like the OG yarn does hold up a little bit better. Less likely to pill, but still can pill over time. And if you're at the gym on a turf or like Velcro gets it, it is gonna pill. These side seams right here, little side panel. This is probably the main color I would stress squat proofness. But I still feel like even if you're wearing new thong, like you're gonna be fine because it is denser and a little bit thicker. But if you have a tattoo on your glute area, you might slightly see it. Not as bad as like Citrus Frost or anything like that, or Cotton Candy, but we have the 4.5 shorts, which I got these in a small, leggings in an extra small, because I used to get the shorts in a small, not extra small, but because again of Gravity being so big, I had to size down, which made them so short. So these feel a lot longer than my extra small, which I'm very happy about. However, they're still a little too short for my liking. I really don't think I'd mind the length though if it had under glute compression. Or was like I don't mind the contour. I find the contour quite flattering for being that short. Would still love to see biker contour, but anyways. But again, Berry waistband has no lines. The Reggio and Blade have this black and white stripe. I'm not crazy about it. I could do without, to be honest. Same waistband width fit as Gravity. So not gonna be snatching. The small literally just sits there. While it fits great everywhere else, and then again, it dips in the front and the back. So I do, when I squat, I have to keep pulling it up because I feel like my underwear is out. I don't really like that feature. But again, it is more short torso, short glute friendly now. Scrunch goes in the cheeks. You don't see it, it's not insanely long. This part right here, where the waistband starts, hits right at the top of my glutes. These do roll. They roll because of the inseam. And again, there's not much compression down here, so they're gonna roll, just being completely honest. Sweat proof. I really don't notice sweat stains in my Amplify, to be honest, but again, I don't live somewhere super hot, so I personally wouldn't stress sweat. I also really wouldn't stress sheerness in this color. Here are the new 4.5 Amplify. Rain and Blade are the only ones that have these stripes. It's got this black and white stripe at the top of the waistband, really like gaping in the back. I don't like that they brought the waistband out personally. I know like that's like 50-50. But I miss OG where it snatched me. The waistband was tight. It does for me because I am short torso, come past my belly button. Like, these are not low rise. They're still high rise. It's just like they might hit a little bit more mid, like Define Impact, if you're longer torso. So doesn't bother me. Still feels high rise. Still has an insane amount of crotch room compared to a lot of other brands. So it is still high rise. They're not like Gravity where they come to your boobs. They're not that high, but again, size small, so it feels a little bit longer. I usually do extra small in the contour. No front seam, but again, I just still feel like it's way too short for my liking. And maybe if it had like under glute compression, I would like the length, kind of like Define Impact. Sheerness definitely become less of an issue. Like, I really wouldn't stress any of the colors dropping. Like, even if you had a tattoo, like, I really wouldn't stress it that much. We will do the squat test, but again, like, it's literally gaping in the back. I don't know if you guys can see it from that angle. I need to like have you guys like high up, but it's literally gaping. And again, it goes lower, so I feel like I have to keep pulling it up. Again, love to see like a seam right here that goes into a V. I feel like that would make them even more flattering. We have an item I am very surprised and happy about. If you guys watched my last Alphalete review, the Black Friday one, I did pop in the ice tank. You guys know I was not a fan. It was giving Borat on me because I am smaller up top and I do have like shorter, I guess, shoulders. Like straps usually are way too long for me. I feel like, God, I have so many short glutes, short shoulders, short torso. Ugh. But I'm trying to find the screenshot so I can like, not called ice tank, this is called glass tank. And it is a different fit from the ice tank. Thank you, Melissa. So again, Borat vibes were what I was getting with this. Like, it just came way too low. The straps were too long. Like, it went past my boob, like hit right under. So it just really wasn't functional. A few of the girlies who said that they're like G-cup said it did work for them. But again, I do think they're still gonna love the glass tank because in my opinion, the tweaks that were made were for the best. Because I do think it'll still work. That's not it. It'll still work for larger chests. You'll just now have even more coverage because the straps have been shortened, so it'll come up a little bit higher. But I still think it's so stretchy, you can make it go lower if you wanted. But as you can see, like the straps, and again, I'll post measurements, but the straps have been brought up a little bit, not that much. So again, I still think it'll work for people if the ice tank works for you, this is still gonna work for you. It just now fits smaller chest girls a little bit better. We can actually wear it now. I do still size down to extra small because I want it fitted. It's Amplify, very stretchy, and I feel like it does help the straps fit better. Like, I don't know if I'd like extra small, to be honest. I think the straps would still be too big. So sizing down to extra small really helps. Again, as you can see, like, It's actually covering my boobs now. And even when I pull it, it doesn't go down here like the old ice tank did. The straps, yeah, still kind of like come in where it almost looks like it's a halter, but it's just a normal razor back. And again, there's no built-in shelf bra. Hits a little bit above my hip bones. I love, love, love the length. Looks like a seamless one-piece set. I love how fitted it is. I really like the glass tank with the new fit now. I would buy every single color. I am a fan. I would love to see this come in a short sleeve option, a long sleeve option. I'm just very, very happy with the new fit. Yeah. I think it is now covering my boobs and I'm a fan. And it does shape very nicely. Again, I do think you can size down if you want the straps to be a little bit shorter, want it more snatching and fitting. And again, it is the same Amplify material, 51% polyamide, 38% polyester, and 11% elastane. Worked out in these, didn't really notice any sweat showing. So again, I really love that. Would love to see a seamless Amplify material of baby tees. The colors coming in the glass tank: lace, berry, dusk, blade, rain, and black matter. Also have the holly long sleeve. I did not snag the holly long sleeve coming in rain, blade, black matter. I did not get this. I just really don't wear my other ones, to be honest. When I raised my arms, it all just came up. Really wasn't functional for working out. The Gemini bra in berry, rain, and blade. Did not get this one either. I really don't feel like I wear my Gemini bras that much. I felt like they ran quite big. Like I had to do extra, extra small. And then I heard that they made the fit even bigger. I don't know why, because I felt like they ran so big. I found out though that they did tweak the fit after I already placed my order. I probably would have snagged it for comparisons had I known. So yeah, I would, if that's true, maybe size down in that. I did extra, extra small. I'd stay with that then, knowing it's even bigger. Okay, let's move into Tenacity because I got some few things to say. So we're gonna start with the Everyday Core Flare Pant. Everyday Core. There's also the Everyday Core Legging and the Everyday Core Bikers. So, I'm really bummed because I got 3 colors. I was so excited for these. I got 3. And they are not the same fit as the Everyday Core Legging. I'm really not sure if this is a mistake. I'm not sure why they made the fit and measurements different with the same name. Like I don't feel like it should have the same name because it's not the same as the Everyday Core Legging. That one has a hidden scrunch. That one has a shorter glute seam and shorter rise. The Flare does not. The Flare has no hidden scrunch, higher glute seam, higher rise, different waistband. I don't know if that was intentional or accidental. I don't know, but I'm really bummed because I don't like them. I don't like them, and I was so excited because I was like, oh my gosh, we're finally gonna have a hidden scrunch flare from Alphalete. We're finally gonna have something lit. Obviously, Everyday Core isn't like insanely short glute friendly, but it was a lot better than Aura. But this has, I'll pop measurements. These are the measurements of Aura Flare. See how long that crack is? Here are the measurements for the Everyday Core Legging. The Everyday Core Legging that had recently dropped. Here are the measurements. And then here are the measurements for the Everyday Core Flare. Looks quite similar to Aura, doesn't it? Glute seam wise. I'm very, very sad. I'm so sad. I was really excited to finally have a different style flare. I'm really not sure why they did 2 flares that are insanely high glute seams when they could have had the Aura to be for the long glute girls and done this one shorter glute seam to finally have a flare option for the short glute girls. Again, Alphalete is notoriously leaving out the short glute girls. So I'm so sad. I will show you guys, like you can just visibly see, and again, there is no hidden scrunch, whereas the Everyday Core does have a slightly more hidden scrunch. The waistband, well, we'll get into that next. But as you can see, I should probably lay this flat. Hold on, let me lay this flat. Here is the Tenacity, Everyday Core legging glute seam. And as you can see, like it does have the like little scrunch detail. So I do feel like it is a more true hidden scrunch than this. This is flat. This really is not giving the same vibe. And as you can see, a lot longer. And again, I'll pop measurements, but still, like, I'm just really sad. The side seams are also different from the Everyday Core legging. This one has the Aura curve. They got rid of that, made it a straight line in the new Everyday Core flare. Even though this slight subtle seam, like it really does help make a difference to contour. I wish they would have left this. And then they both have a top seam at the top of the waistband, which drives me bananas. Not my cup of tea. And also, because the glute seam is longer, that means that this seam is also higher. So this glute seam, this V seam right here is going to come way past the top of your glutes. This one still came a little bit higher than my top glutes as well, but wasn't as bad as these. These do nothing for the glutes. These are definitely, the leggings are definitely more flattering than the flares. And then the waistband. Let's talk about the waistband. This is one of the most unflattering, like I'm not gonna lie to you guys, one of the most unflattering flare waistbands I've put on. Like I just really don't feel confident with this style waistband. It does nothing. I feel like, at least even though this one was short, I'm just not crazy about the short seams right here. I feel like it cuts in at a weird spot, but at least this one curved in like the Buff Bunny curve, even Aura curves, and I feel like that gives the illusion of bringing the waist in a little bit more. Same with these side seams. And I also feel like the waistband had a little bit more compression in the leggings, but with those subtle little small details really does make a big difference in how the waist looks. And this does nothing. So I just really don't feel confident in this. And as you can see, the glute area is a lot longer. As a short torso girl, it really doesn't work for me. And it comes a lot higher rise. Yeah, I'm just a little disappointed in these, and I feel like they should rename this because it is not giving the same as what the leggings are. I feel like this shouldn't be called Everyday Core when these and the bikers are called Everyday Core and are completely different design. Sorry, I wanted to show you guys that versus just holding it up because you really need to see this side by side to really see. Yeah, these should not be named the same. And I got 3 and I regret getting 3 because I like the Aura a lot better. And that's saying something because you guys know the Aura's not short glute or short torso friendly either. But I feel like the waist is a lot more flattering than this. The extra small Aura waistband compared, let me do these side by side, to the new Everyday Core. So again, these are both extra small. This one, even though Aura is lower compression, like fabric wise, it does a lot more for the waist. I feel a lot more snatched than this one, and it's just a much more flattering design. You've got the side seams right here. Again, it is more fitted and more brought in. But the glute seams are still insanely long. Everyday Core legging glute seam, total waistband was like 8.5 roughly, but the glute seam was 4.5. Okay, and then Aura's glute seam was 6 inches, but the total waistband was like 10.5. Now this new flare is 10-inch rise, but the glute seam is 6. So same as Aura glute seam wise, like half an inch lower rise than Aura though, much higher than Everyday Core legging. Width wise of the waistband is also 9, whereas the Everyday Core legging was 8. Aura was 8 as well. The width of the flares of Aura are the same. They're both 9.5, same level of flare. I definitely prefer Aura. Both are very, very soft fabric. I do think Tenacity holds up a little bit better, but I personally, design-wise and just like feeling confident-wise, would go with Aura. I just really hope we see a short glute, short torso flare option from Alphalete. Yeah, just a bit of a bummer. Again, I wouldn't have gotten 3 colors had I known that this was the fit. And don't buy this thinking it's gonna be the same style and design as the everyday core. It is not. The Aura Flare also has these side curved glute seams, which I really like. And this one is just a straight side seam. Again, no hidden scrunch. This is the color Mist, which is a light gray, kind of like a bluish undertone. Dusk, which is the dark purple, same fit. Also, I think this color combo would be very cute. Wouldn't stress sheerness in Tenacity fabric. She's quite thick. Here is the color Rain. It also has the wolf minimal logo, so it doesn't say Alphalete. All right, so here are the extra small Rain Tenacity flares. Least favorite flares they have ever done. I was really hopeful, which is why I got 3, because I thought they were gonna be the same short, hidden scrunch vibe like the everyday core leggings and the bikers, and they are not. They are long glute seam, no hidden scrunch. I really, again, don't understand why, when they already have a long glute flare, Aura, would then give us another long glute flare rather than being versatile and giving options and having a short glute option and then their long glute. So I'm really disappointed in that, and I will say the waistband is one of the most unflattering waistbands. I was trying to get content, and I just felt so insecure. Did not feel confident at all. I don't feel like this waistband snatches. I don't feel like it's flattering. This cut, this little short waistband, but yet it goes past like your lower stomach. And again, it really doesn't feel that compressive. I feel like the leggings were more compressive than the flares, and I just feel like it hits at the, I don't know, again, I just don't feel like it's flattering on the waist, not flattering on the glutes at all. These are probably one of my least favorite flares I own, to be completely honest. Because even like the Buff Bunny Legacy, even though it is very high rise, very long glute, I do feel like the waist, I feel like kind of compresses me a little bit better and is more flattering. So I'm just really disappointed, to be honest. I was really, really excited. I was like, oh my God, we're gonna have a hidden scrunch, shorter glute flare option finally. And sure enough, for some reason, they made these. They didn't change the bikers or the leggings, but they made the flares really long. They're comfortable, don't get me wrong. Like the Tenacity fabric is comfortable, but I do have to keep pulling up the waistband. And yeah, they're not flattering on my butt at all or my stomach. I would only wear this again to run errands, but I'd still much rather have like my aggressive scrunch from Buff Bunny, the Honor Active straight leg, the Buff Bunny Legacy, or even Aura. Like I would much rather wear Aura than these. Or if you have longer torso, longer glutes, you'll probably like these, but as a short torso, short glute gal, I'm just not a fan. I do love this color though, and I love how like the baby tee and even like the seamless tee went on looks like a matching one-piece set. Love to see them come out with a short glute scrunch flare. Really good. They don't have length options. I'm 5'4", but it does come to the ground. I would say if you're shorter, if you're like a short gal or a tall gal, the one length might be a little but since they are testing, probably like these are the first flares they're dropping, that's why they haven't done multiple inseams. That way they can kind of test it. Maybe if y'all like it, they'll come out with more inseams. It does nothing for the cheeks. Also, the side seam is just straight. It is not curved like how the everyday core legging is or the Aura. And that small subtle curve seam really does kind of help. But again, I think the main issue with these is not the curve seam, the waistband, and the glute seam. Pretty squat proof, but again, it's not like flares, you're gonna, well, some people do wear flares to the gym. I personally really don't. I just usually wear it for like hot girl walks, running errands, lifestyle lounge piece. But yeah, blue is really squat proof. I really wouldn't stress. But again, you've got the seam in the back of the waistband, not in the front, but I just really don't like when waistbands have a top seam. And I do like this blue. Fabric is, again, very similar to Poshnit, Buff Bunny Newbury and Poshnit. I would say it holds up a little bit better than Buff Bunny Newbury, being completely honest. I feel like it's ultra high rise on my short torso because it comes way past my belly button. Yeah, but obviously if you have a longer torso, it'll just be high rise, probably come right at your belly button. It's definitely longer than the leggings. Like, it does come higher up. The glute seam is longer, so. I also want to note that the Tenacity fabric does pick up every ounce of hair and dust, so it's not pet hair friendly. I want to mention that because it is a longer glute seam, it reminds me of Buff Bunny Poshnit leggings, where it just kept, like, even if I pull the seam into my cheeks, it keeps pulling out as I move. I was having that same issue with Buff Bunny Poshnit as well. So I'm having the same issue in these. Again, the fabric's very similar. The glute seams are both very long. Extra fabric because it's just too long of a glute seam on me. And again, a lot of extra crotch room because it is higher. The sticker in, and again, I feel like Dusk is pretty squat proof. Like, I really wouldn't stress it. It's just a straight seam. It doesn't curve. Dang, Mist is squat proof, or am I not seeing that? Dang, for a light shade. This color also, I feel like you can slightly see cellulite. I don't mind it, I don't really care. I have it, it's normal. But if that's something that bugs you, maybe not get the like lightest color. Do a squat test, but again, lighter shades just make the glutes look a lot better. Inseam, again, I'm 5'4", comes all the way down, 33 and a quarter or something like that. It comes way past my belly button. 33.5 inseam. It's a velvety smooth material, 69% nylon, 31% spandex. So there's only one inseam option. I find the inseam to be fine. Like, I'm 5'4" and it hits the floor, doesn't feel too long, doesn't feel too short. Personally, don't mind the inseam. If you're taller, I feel like it still would be okay. Shorter, you just might have a little bit of extra fabric. I think the reason they didn't do multiple inseam options yet is because this is like the first time launching these. They probably want to test how they do before buying in multiple inseam options. And then we have the bikers. So we finally have Tenacity bikers. Didn't like the Tenacity short shorts. Yeah, not putting those on my body. But the bikers I do quite like. I will say they run snug. They're tight. So if in between, size up. These are 7-inch inseam and they're Tenacity fabric. But once obviously like pulled in the cheeks, they do become shorter. And you see, that's why I was so confused, because the bikers are the same design as the Everyday Core legging. So that's why I was confused why the Everyday Core flare wasn't. Because you've got the hidden scrunch, curved side seams, you've got the waistband that like comes to a point, has the seams right here. So same as the leggings, which is why I was just really confused about the flares. But I do like the bikers. Definitely fit a little bit tighter than the leggings. So again, if in between sides up, has the seam at the top of the back waistband, not in the front, but it is in the top. Don't really like that feature. I don't feel like it's needed. The leg opening again is snug, which I don't mind. I feel like it does help keep it put a little bit better. And I feel like over time, it does get comfier, stretches out a little bit. So at first it's gonna be tight. Ooh. But I feel like after a while, it's like, okay, you get used to it. And again, I like a tight fit. This one also, it's Tenacity fabric. So where are my Parker? I need to find my Parker bikers to pop measurements and side by side. This one does not have the underwear line. Thank you. I was not a fan of the Parkers because of that underwear seam. My anatomy was not small enough, so it was just really uncomfortable. I also felt like Captain Underpants in that. So yeah, wasn't a super crazy fan of those. So I'm happy we have Tenacity bikers that do not have the underwear seams. No front seam, just a gusset. But I will say, when I tried on my Berry, I normally am not camel toe prone. However, I was getting camel toe in these because they are, again, more snug. Definitely a little more snug than I would say the everyday core legging. So if you're camel toe prone, I would definitely size up, because even like the seams in the crotch area, I was like, oh, this is tight. And I'm not someone who usually has that issue, but I did have it in these. You've got the subtle hidden scrunch. It's a 4.5 glute seam, I believe, or was it? Yeah, 4.5. So again, not insanely short glute friendly, but a lot better than Aura. I am a 2.5 glute seam gal, because again, I have very short glutes, very TMI, short crack. So when seams are really long, they just go way past my glutes, and I feel like tend to flatten. So I would honestly even love to see a shorter glute seam option, to be honest. But I'm not gonna complain. At least we have something that's not like a 10-inch glute seam. Definitely more of a hidden scrunch than Buff Bunny Passionate leggings. Those were mislabeled. So I am happy that it's not misleading. Like, there is a hidden scrunch here. Tenacity bikers for Blade. The green does run, I would say, a little bit more snug than Berry. Again, it's a darker color. Sometimes darker colors fit a little bit tighter. But as you can see, like, this one does want to keep being pulled down. So my belly button shows a little bit, whereas the flares, it is a lot higher. Right here is definitely tighter than Berry, but I feel like they stay put a lot better. So I'm not mad about that. It's got the side curve seams. The seams right here on the waistband comes to a point. This area is really tight. Like, the crotch is definitely tighter than the leggings. Got the hidden scrunch. Doesn't stay in the cheeks as easily. Like, I have that issue with Buff Bunny Passionate as well. Because the fabric's quite similar, like, it's constantly being pulled out of my cheeks. But I've got this sticker in, and again, Tenacity fabric, I really wouldn't stress sheerness. Like, you're gonna be fine. Yeah. I just really don't like the back seam right here on top of the waistband, but we'll do the squat test. Also wearing Berry, which I got an extra small. Ooh, sorry, I'm sore. We'll do side by side of the leggings, because I feel like these hit. Did they probably hit the same? I don't know. I feel like the back rise though, like my underwear is showing, like I have to keep pulling it up a little bit. But again, this area is a little bit snug, but I like that. This area is really snug, but you, like, once you stretch out the seams a little bit, it gets better. But if you're camel toe prone, you might have that issue in these. Waistband tummy control is more compression than like Aura, but it's still not gonna like super snatch. It's just double layer. You've got the top seam in the back, which I'm not crazy about. Once pulled in the cheeks, it does become shorter, but I still feel like these are a lot more flattering than the leggings, because again, you can get that under glute fold that you can't really get in the leggings. And you've got the hidden scrunch. But I do have to keep pulling up the waistband, I'm not gonna lie. Like, it really doesn't stay put that much. Stay put pretty well, but because it's, you know, a softer fabric, they are gonna roll slightly, but they're not gonna become underwear. All right, we've got these sticker in. So again, Tenacity fabric's pretty thick. Like, I wouldn't stress too much. I honestly feel like it's better than the Berry Amplify. But as you can see, like, I just feel like the waistbands, like, again, doesn't stay put as great as how we'd like. I wouldn't even mind, like, it being like an inch shorter, to be honest. But also have the everyday core legging in mist, dusk, and black. Velvety smooth, 69% nylon, 31% spandex, 27.25 inseam. And here are the other ones. I get extra small if in between size up, because Tenacity fabric is a little bit more compressive than Aura. I feel like the bikers do run a little bit more snug. It's mid to high rise depending on her torso. For me, it's high rise. It hits, again, right at my belly button, like my belly button's covered. It has a seam, a top seam in the waistband, only in the back. These side seams right here, waistband kind of comes to a point. And then you've got the side glute seams going down the leg. It is hidden scrunch. The glute seam is 4.5 rise. Then the inseam on the leggings is 27 and 20.25. So again, a little bit longer than Amplify, but because it's not as stretchy, it's not gonna like feel as long. No front seam. I still feel like I prefer Buff Bunny Aggressive Scrunch over these, but I am happy that we finally have a shorter seam option, and they are very comfortable. I love running errands in them, and at least I know I have like a subtle hidden scrunch moment for the cheeks. I just don't like the top seam. That's like the main thing that really bugs me. That's like one of my biggest things I always complain about if a legging has that. I feel like Tenacity fabric does hold up better than Aura. I feel like it's also very similar to Buff Bunny Newbury mixed with Posh Knit. I have the Celeste bra, and again, Celeste bra comes in two options. They have an AB cup and a CD cup, which I really appreciate. All in the same colors, Berry, Blade, and Dusk. I got extra small AB cup. Didn't come with removable cups. I can't remember if my other Celeste bra did, like my Neptune. I don't know. Again, fit is the same, I believe. Like, it fits the same. Like, I don't notice any differences like I do with the Olivia Sculpt, which we will go into. But yeah, I don't notice any fit differences. I really like this. It definitely gives me cleavage. It's got a seam down here and a seam right here as well. Kind of like Buff Bunny's Alpha bra. Doesn't have as much stretch. So again, if in between, I'd maybe say to size up if something like that area being snug would irritate at all. There's also a thick elastic band in between those two seams to give a little bit of extra support. There are also darts right here for extra structure. It is V neckline, very flattering. And then the straps fit really well. There's a little keyhole detail down here. If you like the Buff Bunny Alpha bra, you'd love this. I feel like the fit, again, is very, very similar. Cleavage level, very similar, but still having good coverage. It's narrow chest friendly. I feel like the colors are very similar to the Crayon, the Aster, the Ink, Cypress. And then it's got the Minimal Wolf logo down here. Here is the Celeste bra, extra small AB cup, again in the color Dusk. I popped my own cup pads in there, but for some reason they didn't come with them. Again, I can't remember if that was something that it always, like, has always been. Darts for extra structure, two seams, one down here, one right here. Very similar, again, to the Buff Bunny Alpha bra. Straps fit really nice. I don't feel like they're being pulled down. I've got good front, side, and under boob coverage. You've got a thick elastic band down here, again, for extra support. Tenacity, velvety soft fabric. And then a little keyhole detail. The straps aren't adjustable, but again, I don't feel like I need to adjust them. Next, we're gonna chat about the sculpt. So, again, last Black Friday review, I had recently gotten this, fell in love, wanted more colors for Black Friday. And so they brought it back, because measurement wise, it is looking to be a little different from like last sculpt bras that dropped, and it is causing issues for me personally. Again, I have narrow chest, shorter shoulders, and the measurement of the new Blade extra small, they're both extra small. As you'll see, I'll pop the measurements on the screen. This part right here, the strap, right here from where the opening is, like the little, this right here, is wider by like half. It's like 4.5, whereas this one is 4. And I know it seems like a small measurement, but it has, for me, again, personally, I can only speak for me, caused the issue where just standing every 5 seconds, the strap is being pulled off because it's a little too wide for, I guess, my narrow chest. This part, like the opening, has also, I think by 1/2 inch, gotten a little bit wider as well. So again, those small differences, like the strap length hasn't changed. It's the same, so that hasn't changed. It's just the width has, and it's hitting too wide. So when I try to pull them right here, I can literally feel it being pulled down, and then it ends up hanging off and literally like gaping. And yeah, just like I don't feel comfortable really working out in it. It drives me bananas when I do. Like I still wore it to the gym to test it out, and I was getting so annoyed. I love my white. I love my whatever color this is, purple, I can't remember. Like the fit was so good. Everything felt perfect. I could raise my arms, move it, straps stayed put, didn't move. But with the new one, I can't eat, like even when I'm not moving, the straps are falling down. It's got the darts for added structure, non-adjustable straps that just go straight back, square neckline. Does come with removable cups, the Celeste one didn't. And then the minimal wolf logo. Just has a thin seam at the bottom, so definitely lower support if you're larger chested. You might get some under boob. I personally didn't. I feel like even in this new fit, I don't. It's just the straps that I'm having issues with. Here's the Olivia sculpt. I'm literally getting like gaping. The straps keep falling off, and when I pull them up, I can just feel them being pulled. And as I work out and move, they're literally like, I just feel like they're about to fall off. Like look, bend over, and then I've got this like, again, it gapes even more. Luckily right here I still feel somewhat secure, but it's just the straps that are driving me insane. I hope they fix that, because I loved the old ones, and I don't like the straps in this one. A new style of KDM, the long sleeve KDM bra in mist, rain, berry, and black Tenacity fabric. Some people had said that it ran snug, but for me, I felt like it ran like my extra small KDM top. Like I didn't feel like it felt insanely tight, to be honest. So I personally feel like you can stick to whatever size you get in the KDM top, like crop, short sleeve crop. In the long sleeve, the sleeves were even a little bit baggy, like in certain areas. So again, that could be a batch issue, but I personally felt like mine were fit normal. I didn't feel like I needed to size up. So I personally am happy with the extra small. Again, I would love to see this in a full length or meet and greet length. I'm just not vibing with crops right now. I still liked it. I still kind of want to get more colors because it's cold out here. I don't want to be wearing the short sleeve. It's got the same exact fit, in my opinion, as the short sleeve, just now with long sleeves, no thumb holes, still the Tenacity fabric, still cropped length, 3/4 zip with a built-in shelf bra. And it does have removable cups, and the shelf bra goes all the way around. It is a shorter line shelf bra, so if that usually is an issue, keep that in mind. Like it might hit right under your boob. It won't be any longer. If you're larger chested, it's got the minimal logo, little wolf logo. And I would love to see this in a longer option. Very, very soft fabric. I'm glad I stuck with my normal extra small size. So here's the extra small KDM. So again, as you can see, it's not like insanely fitted right here. I feel like the under bra, like thick elastic, while it is snug, it feels the same as my other one. The tightest part is like right here, but not on the rest of the arm, because as you can see, like it is baggy. So right here, kind of like the bicep area, is the most snug. Doesn't really bother me because I feel like I can kind of like twist it and stretch it out a bit, and I feel fine. I actually prefer it to be fitted versus how right here is baggy. I don't really like when my sleeves are baggy like this for a fitted top, but I would say stick to your normal size. But again, there could be batch inconsistencies. That's why some people felt that theirs was running really snug. But in my opinion, based off of this one that I received, it fits like my normal short sleeve KDM tops. Again, 3/4 zip, so I can make it higher. But then I feel like I'm like, actually no, it's cute. I was gonna say scuba diving. It is kind of giving that vibe, but like, I don't know, I feel like with the set, it is actually kind of cute. But I usually wear it like a little unzipped. When I raise my arms, I do feel a little bit of tugging, like this is riding up, right? Like the built-in under bra. Again, does come with removable cups. This is the back. And Length on the sleeve is good though, not too long, not too short. And then they have fleece sweat sets in a jacket, which is cropped, and then fleece sweatpants. I only had a certain amount of select, so I did not get this, but after feeling Christine's, I regretted not because it was insanely soft. I think I would have gotten it had there been a matching set with pink. Like, I'm really, really sad they did berry crop jacket, but did not do berry sweatpants, which I feel like was a huge L on their part, to be honest, because I think the pink berry sweatpants would have been the best selling color out of all three of those. Because think about it, how many people already have a white sweatpant from Alphalete, a green sweatpant from Alphalete, or a black sweatpant from Alphalete? They have not done a pink one. Very, very, very soft fabric. 50% cotton, 50% modal. It also felt like it had good stretch. One thing I didn't like is I don't like that new logo they're doing on the sweats, like the women's ones, like they did it last time. I feel like it gives pajama vibes. I don't know, I just don't like it. The little white patch, that's not cute. I'm not a fan. Then they had like the little wolf zip thingy. 2 pockets, a hood, drawstring. It does look cropped length. I love berry. Wish that came in the sweatpants. The sweatpants are high rise, same material, and then again that same logo that I'm just not loving. And it looks to be like an elastic waistband. Like, it looks like it's probably gonna fit the same as the previous ones, just new colors and softer. And then we have baby tees. We have lace, berry, blade, and excuse me, rain. Same fit, 78% polyamide, 22% elastane. It says high sweat, but I have seen sweat in like the lighter shades, but I will say it holds up a lot better than, like, again, Honor Active Mellow Soft. I would love to see them do these baby tees in the Amplify seamless fabric, but I do really love the baby tees, so I got it in berry, blade, and rain. Definitely want to go back and get lace. I want every single color. I wish we would have had a dusk. I just really, really like the baby tees. They shape really nice. I do size down to extra, extra small for an even more fitted feel, because again, it's very stretchy. Now, it's not as soft as Honor Active Mellow Soft. Like, it's still like a stiffer, stretchy fabric, but still comfortable, still soft. It's not going to be that very soft Honor Active baby tee if you're expecting that. It's got the rag sleeve stitching, so when you raise your arms it lays flat. I really like that. Hits a little bit above my hip bone, perfect length. Yeah, sizing down again, I feel like is really snatching. Love the minimal logo. Here is berry. Got it in the pretty green. I'm so excited that we will be seeing a lot more baby tees. And then here is rain. Extra, extra small in the color rain. Same fit. It's a stiffer, stretchy material. It's not going to be as soft as like Honor Active Mellow Soft. And it's not like a slick fabric. It does have monochromatic logo. I really like this though. I would say it's still going to show some sweat, but it is more sweat proof than, like, again, an Honor Active Mellow Soft. Got rag sleeve stitching, which I really appreciate, because when you raise your arms, you're not getting too much bunching. It's staying flat. If it were the stitch that comes like right here, like defines origin, it usually lifts and bunches, which is, yeah, just kind of like has become, I never really noticed it until that, but like that makes me very grateful for the stitching right here. And again, I love their baby tees. I'm so glad we're getting more. They're Amplify. You can also pair these with the Rain Amplify rather than the Tenacity bottoms if that's not your cup of tea. The sleeves are fitted. This is extra, extra small. Again, very stretchy. You can size down if you want it a little bit more fitted at the waist, but sizing is very lenient on these. And then they also have these essential mesh shorts in white, berry, blade, rain, and black. I did not get these because these are not my vibe at all. They're giving gym shorts from like high school, and I just couldn't do it, respectfully. The 3-pillar heavyweight pant. So I was really excited because I thought these were going to be the same as Origin, but the material is not the same as Origin, and apparently these are replacing Origin, and it makes me really freaking sad because this is not as good as Origin. I love the Origin sweatpants. It's very soft lace. It is thinner, but it feels a lot better. I was expecting soft fleece. This is not soft fleece. This is one of the roughest, stiffest sweatpant fabrics. And I'm not a fan. I love this color. That's what got me. And I thought, again, it was going to fit and feel like Origin. And then when I found out that this is apparently replacing Origin, oh, I was devastated. Because this is nowhere near as good as Origin. It's not a soft fleece. It is like scratchy. I don't like this material at all. I am very, very sad that this is replacing Origin. I hope that was a miswording, because I want more Origin, and I want a pink Origin, and I don't want it in this fabric. I got a size small, same size as my Origin. And I would say the fit is similar. It says 100% cotton. That's not what that says. This one says something 92% viscose, something. Okay, here it is. I pulled it up. So it's saying on this PDF that it's 92% viscose, 8% spandex, but on the inside of the tag, it's saying 100% cotton. So I don't know what to believe. I'm confused. Side slip pockets. It's not saying the inseam either, so now I have to measure. Silicone branding, inner draw cords. I definitely am glad I stuck with the same size as like my Origin. I feel like the fit is a little bit similar, maybe a little bit bigger. It also feels heavier, but again, I don't like this new material. So for that, I would not snag these again. I really hope we get Origin. They're straight leg, which is what got me to drawstring, pockets on the side, a little bit of a different logo. Like it's giving Teen Wolf. It's got the world logo, the wolf logo, and then the claw marks. And then LBD, which I'm not, like, right on the back on both. Like, I don't know. I feel like it's a little weird. I loved this color, though. When I saw this color, I was like, oh, I just really am disappointed in the fabric. I wouldn't personally buy this. It's just not my preference when it comes to sweatpants. Like, I'd feel this in a store and be like, ugh, no. Like, it's just too stiff. I want my sweatpants a soft fleece inside. All right, here are the sweats. So again, I would say the fit is the same as the Origin, just the fabric is different. It's not as soft. The inside is not fleece. It's a scratchy material. Pockets on both sides. It's straight leg. Good length. Like, I do really love the length. If I wanted it like high rise, like it would still be long. I just don't, again, I don't like the material. I really hope this doesn't place Origin, because that would be such a letdown. But I like this color. I don't feel like this is gonna keep you as warm in winter as the soft fleece would. Like, I feel like heavyweight, like it's heavier material, but doesn't feel any thicker. That is everything I got from Alphalete for this December drop. Again, I will have everything linked down below. Code Bailey will save you 10% off. If you do use it, please screenshot, let me know so I can say thank you. I hope this video was helpful, and I will see you guys in my next video. Bye.